Sacred geometry is often referred to as the architectural blueprint of reality. It's not just an ancient, mystical concept, but a powerful system that bridges the metaphysical and the material worlds. Sacred geometry explores the fundamental patterns of existence, encoded within the structure of everything, from the smallest particles of matter to the vast cosmic expanse of galaxies. The idea is simple yet profound. Geometric patterns and shapes are not random. They are, in fact, the foundational language of the universe. From the spiral of a seashell to the symmetry of a flower's petals, everything follows a geometric design, a divine blueprint that reflects the underlying order of reality. But this geometry goes far beyond mere aesthetics. It reveals the interconnectedness of all things and the hidden forces that shape our existence. Understanding sacred geometry allows us to glimpse the harmony of the universe. It invites us to explore how ancient civilizations used these sacred patterns as a means of understanding the divine, aligning themselves with the cosmos, and tapping into higher states of consciousness. But this knowledge is not just ancient, it's timeless and continues to reveal itself in the world today. The basics of sacred geometry, shapes and symbols. At the core of sacred geometry are specific shapes and symbols that carry deep spiritual significance. The most notable include the circle, the triangle, the square, and the golden ratio. Each of these shapes serves as a visual representation of universal principles and truths. The circle, universally recognized as a symbol of unity, wholeness, and infinity, the circle represents the cyclical nature of existence. It is often associated with the eternal, the unbroken chain of life, and the universe itself. The triangle. The triangle, particularly the equilateral triangle, symbolizes balance, harmony, and the interconnectedness of mind, body, and spirit. It is also linked to the concept of creation, birth, life, and death, or past, present, and future. The square, a symbol of stability, foundation, and order. The square is often seen as representing the material world. It is a grounding shape that reflects the four cardinal directions and the four elements of earth, air, fire, and water. The golden ratio. Perhaps one of the most famous concepts in sacred geometry, the golden ratio, or phi, represents divine proportion. It is a mathematical ratio found throughout nature, art, and architecture, symbolizing beauty, balance, and the perfect harmony of the universe. These shapes, when examined deeply, reveal a sacred order embedded within the fabric of reality. Ancient civilizations, from Egypt to Greece, used these geometrical patterns in their sacred architecture, believing that by aligning themselves with these divine structures, they could harness spiritual energy and align with universal laws. The flower of life and its connection to creation. One of the most powerful symbols in sacred geometry is the flower of life, found in various spiritual traditions and ancient civilizations across the globe. The flower of life consists of overlapping circles arranged in a flower-like pattern. It is often considered the blueprint of creation, encapsulating the fundamental forms of space and time. This symbol is said to contain the secret of the universe. Within its structure, you can find the seed of life, the egg of life, and even the Metatron's cube, which represents the 5 platonic solids, the building blocks of the material world. The flower of life is a visual representation of the interconnectedness of all life forms, and it serves as a reminder that everything in existence is woven together in a harmonious cosmic web. This geometric structure has been found etched into the walls of ancient temples, manuscripts, and artifacts across the world, from Egypt to Mesopotamia, India, and China. It holds within it the power of creation itself, symbolizing that all life emerges from a single source and unfolds in perfect harmony according to a sacred pattern. Metatron's cube and the 5 Platonic solids. Metatron's cube is an advanced symbol in sacred geometry that holds incredible significance. It is formed by connecting the centers of the circles within the fruit of life, a subset of the flower of life. Within Metatron's cube, you can identify the 5 Platonic solids: the tetrahedron, cube, octahedron, dodecahedron, and icosahedron. The Platonic solids are believed to represent the fundamental building blocks of the physical universe. They correspond to the 5 elements. Tetrahedron, fire, symbolizes energy, transformation, and spiritual awakening. Cube, earth, represents stability, grounding, and the physical manifestation of reality. Octahedron, air, linked to intellect, communication, and the mental realm. Dodecahedron, ether, represents the higher planes of existence, divine connection, and spiritual ascension. Icosahedron, water, associated with emotions, intuition, and the flow of life. These shapes are found in the molecular structures of nature, from the arrangement of atoms to the formation of crystals. Metatron's cube, therefore, is a representation of the underlying structure of reality, illustrating that all creation is governed by sacred geometrical laws. It acts as a reminder that everything, from the smallest particle to the largest galaxy, follows the same divine blueprint. The significance of the Fibonacci sequence. Closely related to the golden ratio is the Fibonacci sequence, another fundamental aspect of sacred geometry. The Fibonacci sequence is a series of numbers where each number is the sum of the 2 preceding ones: 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, and so on. This sequence is not just a mathematical curiosity, it is a pattern that is mirrored in nature. From the spirals of galaxies to the arrangement of leaves on a stem, from the curve of a nautilus shell to the branching of trees, the Fibonacci sequence reveals itself as the fingerprint of creation. It is the flow of life, the rhythm of growth, and the spiral dance of existence itself. The Fibonacci spiral, which approximates the golden ratio, can be seen in the human body, art, architecture, and the growth patterns of living organisms. This sequence underscores the idea that the universe unfolds according to a hidden mathematical order, and by understanding it, we can align ourselves with the deeper currents of life. Sacred geometry in spiritual practices and architecture. Sacred geometry has been used in spiritual practices and sacred architecture for millennia. Temples, cathedrals, pyramids, and other religious structures were often built according to sacred geometric principles. This was done with the belief that by aligning these structures with the sacred patterns of the universe, they would create spaces of heightened energy and divine connection. One prominent example is the Great Pyramid of Giza, which incorporates the golden ratio and other geometric principles into its design. The ancient Egyptians believed that these sacred proportions amplified spiritual energy, creating a space that connected the earthly with the divine. Similarly, many Gothic cathedrals in Europe, such as Notre Dame in Paris, are designed using sacred geometric patterns. The rose windows, for example, often feature the flower of life, reinforcing the belief that the structure itself is a portal to higher dimensions. These sacred spaces were intentionally designed to elevate the consciousness of those who entered, aligning them with the divine blueprint and facilitating a deeper connection to the cosmos, the blueprint of reality and human consciousness. Sacred geometry is not merely an intellectual pursuit. It's a journey into the very fabric of our consciousness. By studying these patterns, we begin to see that the universe is not chaotic, but is governed by a deep order, an order that reflects back to us the interconnectedness of all things. When we align ourselves with these sacred patterns, we can tap into the flow of creation itself. This can lead to profound shifts in our perception, awakening us to the realization that we are not separate from the cosmos, but are integral parts of its design. Our thoughts, emotions, and actions create ripples in the fabric of reality, following the same geometric patterns that govern the natural world. By understanding and harmonizing with these patterns, we can influence the manifestation of our reality, bringing our lives into alignment with the divine order. In conclusion, sacred geometry is the blueprint of reality, a sacred language that reveals the hidden order of the universe. Through its study, we not only gain insight into the nature of existence, but also discover our own place within the cosmic web, unlocking the potential for spiritual growth and transformation.